Good morning and welcome to another one of my Ascension messages. My name is Bobbie Richardson and I will be your guide for today. So today we're going to have a bit of fun with some tarot. And I am a channeler, but I do tarot just for fun. So Thursdays I will be channeling, and how I channel is that I receive messages from my benevolent team, my team that has contacted me throughout my whole life. Till about 5 years ago, I used to be able to see them. So my mum had exactly the same gift. She could see into other frequencies as well, and they took me to potential future earths, and I've also experienced oneness as well. So there's videos on all of those meetups on my channel, and now it's all to do with everybody's learning to integrate more of their soul into their body, to have a fuller understanding of who we are without the program that was pulled over our eyes to give us a limitation and feeling victim about who we are. So now is the time that as we are moving forward with this, in this momentum of new energies coming towards us that are guiding us, we're starting to awaken more and more of who we are. It's, obviously I do readings and channelings every week. So this is like a slower process than a weekly thing. This is going to keep on happening for the next few years. But there are certain weeks where it is more dominant, that we are, oh my gosh, am now seeing a new gift coming on board, or now starting to realize that I can actually manifest whatever I want, that I'm the creator, that I'm the central point of my reality, that I don't have to be victim to this reality. How am I going to step out of it? And then what happens is we start to ask questions. And when we start to ask questions, the answers start to show up. But we have to be open enough for them to show up. In other words, we have to empty the cup. The cup is full by our logical mind telling us and dictating to us what we were taught by our parents and our grandparents, exactly what's going to happen, what we should do to fit into this society. But it's not about fitting into a society anymore. It's about breaking a society. It's about shaking it up. It's about taking back our power and understanding that we weren't actually whole before. Now we're starting to bring in more information, more wisdom, more guidance from our the Akashic records and our soul's journey of the lineage that we were pulled through. That is not a logical thing. That is not something that can be logified. Logic is meant to be here to ground this reality. It's not meant to attach ourselves to or try to manifest or create something that it doesn't understand. But it does try. So all it can do is grab from the past, project into the future. And I do say that a lot. Hey, Mona. Hey, Leanne. Hey, Yannicka. Good to see you, my team. Just have a cup of tea. My morning cup of tea while I do this. So let's get into the tarot for today and see what that has to do. I do tarot and oracles. And we'll just see what happens, right? So we have, first off, and I knew an ace would come up. It had to come up because we're really stepping into these new beginnings. We're taking action. And literally this card is like God itself handing you something new, something that you can grow, something that you can plant, something that you can change into something else. It could be an idea that can form into action as well, because that you can actually ground into this reality. The Ace of Wands is usually to do with action and making the next move and all of that sort of thing. But for some reason, I'm also feeling into an idea that could be brought into action. So it's just the beginning of something new coming into your life, or manifesting a new business or something like that coming in, or or deciding, you know, what's been done before doesn't necessarily need to be done in the future. Let's try to find a new way of doing things. Or following somebody that is having an idea that could be brought into fruition that helps humanity's consciousness expand and doesn't limit us anymore, that sort of thing. King of Chalice, so the King of Cups, stepping into the power of our hearts. And speaking, like, I literally for some reason see this man, he's sitting there. I don't know if you could see the statue at the back. Obviously the king's facing away from us. He's facing towards the Noah's Ark by the looks of it, which is that's interesting too, isn't it? It's kind of like Noah has come from his heart. He had a epiphany, an awakening, an understanding that he had to save something because something else was going to happen, a premonition, that sort of thing. So the King of Cups being open with his heart could be that, oh my God, I'm going to go outside the box here with what society's norm is and do something completely different here. Yeah, I am seeing that. So we've got that new beginning, that planting of seed or planting of the wand, and then a manifestation of a gift coming in, of premonition gift coming in, and then taking action. It might not be a premonition gift, or obviously, but it could be something of foresight or something that you like. I feel this now. Now that I've brought in more of my soul, I feel I could ground this now. And then it's all a matter of asking your logical mind, what could be the next step to do that? Even if your logical mind's going, how's this even going to happen? Because no one's going to back you. And you could say to yourself, it's like you're talking like to two personalities within your brain, because we literally do have two personalities within our brain. Yeah, but then we have to convince our logical mind that it is worth grounding. So we have to see what comes up next. Okay, we have the Five of Chalice, and it's also interesting to note that the Five of Chalice does come up quite a bit in these readings while we're going through this transition of, okay, souls coming in, and then we're starting to feel more empowered, and then all of a sudden something will happen to us that's irky or whatever, and we start to focus in on that again, and then we go, no, we don't need to focus in on that again. Let's shift our reality and move towards what we really love. Let's make myself happy. No one else can make me happy, that sort of thing. And then we start to break away from that Five of Cups feeling again, of looking at what is broken within our life. Instead, we want to start creating more of what we really love and go further with that, ignoring what is broken, because we need to walk away from those pieces so that we can see the two cups behind us. And it does come up a lot because that energy flip-flops back and forth. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Christina. Hey, I am inspired. Good to see you guys. Okay, so we have the Knave of Swords, but he's coming in reverse. So new message coming in, but it seems to be a naive message coming through, or, man, can I really speak up about how I'm thinking? I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. You know what? It's okay if you're not ready to speak up about what your new plans are or what you decided. I'm going to try something completely different here. I'm going to try something bigger than Ben-Hur, bigger than what society says, bigger than what the norm is. But I'll keep it to myself at the moment, being in reverse, because if I do speak up, I might sound a little naive, which is what the Knave of Swords is. He sometimes can come across as somebody who's got brilliant ideas, but pretty naive as well. You know, that's not real. Is the king going to hear him? I don't know. And we need to be able to support who we are 100%. We need to feel comfort within ourselves before we actually speak up. Because if we do speak up without feeling supported, we probably will be reflected back by somebody who is reflecting that vulnerable part of ourselves. And then are we strong enough to stand up and say, no, you're wrong. I know what I'm doing. And if you're not, you're more likely to procrastinate and not do it. So let's see what else pops up. We have the Six of Pentacles. Giving and receiving is a really big thing as well. Giving and receiving keeps your karma balanced. Like, it's karma to me is just feeling really good about oneself and knowing that you've done the best you can in your life, and you're ready to say it's okay to move forward and not feel guilty or anything like that. Six of Coins is that kind of feeling, but he's a giver and a receiver. To be able to receive anything, we have to feel good about ourselves as well. I mean, you could receive $1 million tomorrow, but if you feel unworthy of that $1 million, somebody else will come in and say, hey, I've got a brilliant idea, let's do it this way. And you'll feel so worthless that you'll just follow them, and then they'll lose your money within a month or so, or you'll go spend it all or give it away or whatever, because you don't feel worthy enough to have it. So this is a card of understanding that we are worthy enough to have everything, that we are givers and receivers all the time in our life. We can choose what we like to give because we've got plenty of that, and then things that we need to receive, others would have plenty of. So that's how the communities are formed, especially in these new dimensions, when we're not using the old program of conformity and compartmentalization, pushing everything into business format. We are more freer, and we know that the universe will bring in those that have what we are lacking, and we have what they are lacking, and so forth. And it's not necessarily an exact swap over. Sometimes it's like just a trusting game that everybody's going to have something that we need, and something that we can share. And we have something that we can share. So that is the new frequencies we're moving into. There's a trust game there. There's a trust within ourselves, but we have to find the trust within ourselves to be able to step out of the program that we were trusting, which is only taking us down a darker and darker hole of being controlled more and more because we were trusting something outside of ourselves. So let's keep going and see what else happens. So it seems like there's a really strong message here at the moment of moving into these higher frequencies, these higher dimensions. That's happening for us at the moment, and it can be giving us gifts or understandings of who we are. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands, but it was in reverse as well, and that's somebody who's standing guard. He's done all the work, and he's making sure he's protecting his work. In reverse, I'm thinking that he's somebody that needs to let go of the protection, because it could end up bringing in more things that we need to protect ourselves against. This is what shifts us, is we are realizing that we are actually protected by our own self-support, and anything that is coming at us is something that we have to address within us. It could be that you have to walk away from something too, or you just have to stand your ground within your mind and your energy field and yourself and go, this is who I am, and I trust that everything will come to me that's needed in the right time. Sometimes our logical mind could come in and say, but if you're really, if you're really good at this job, then you should get this promotion. And then, but really deep down in you know you're not completely ready, but you're still pushing for it. And then the boss will turn around and go, no, slap you down. No, you're not ready, because you can't feel that within you. You can't feel your own self-support that you are ready for it, for that promotion. So just be aware of the games that we play within our head, because then we feel really terrible about ourselves because we were pushing for something that we knew deep down we weren't really ready for. So just be it's a time to get honest with ourselves. I did actually channel through something. I might bring it up on Thursday. It's called, it is a time to get really honest with ourselves and how we feel. There's some really powerful message in that one, but I'm thinking whether to make it into a video or not just at the moment. So that's come up with the energies at the moment. Because lots of the stuff that we are dealing with now within ourselves moving forward is things that we thought weren't really an issue, or they were covered up by other issues. So we didn't really want to look at them, and we weren't being honest with us. And now that we're coming into it, we're like in denial of that being an actual issue. And so we're not being honest with ourselves, and you cannot clear it, but we keep seeing the reflection in our outer world coming at us, and we're going, why is it still coming at us? Yeah. Okay, what else is... I think I might have enough. I'm still shuffling, so I'll do one more of these, and then we will go on to the oracle cards. We have two that's fallen out together here. That's so interesting too. Two completely opposite cards. We have the Five of Swords, which is the battle card. I am fighting for my life. I'm in survival mode. I have to do what I have to do to be in survival mode. I don't trust the game, so I'm going to keep on with my sword even if it's broken, and I'm going to battle my way through. And it just is exhausting. It's an exhausting card to look at. It's just exhausting. And then that was with the Emperor, but the Emperor was in reverse. And the Emperor is somebody who knows the manifesting game of this reality. He stands in his power. He knows that he is so powerful that everything is going to come to him at the right time. He takes action towards that game. He doesn't fight the battles anymore. He is the king of all kings, and so he just accepts his power from within him. It could be that he's been on battles, he's been through battles. And so I'm feeling maybe this is a message of you might have gone through a lot of battles in your past, and you can feel exhausted moving through this next step, trying to reach the Emperor within you, to be able to sit pretty and manifest your life and know that you're worthy. But keep at least going towards the direction of the Emperor. Just keep moving, even if it's one foot in front of the other, towards what you feel makes you happy, makes you feel good, makes you feel empowered. Just keep moving, put one foot in front of another, because there's a breakthrough that's happening within humanity's consciousness at the moment that is going to snap us out of that victim state and reef us through into, oh my gosh, I'm glad I did all that shadow work and I went through everything I am, because if I can go through that, then why not put all that focus that I went on into fighting all of that? Why not put all that energy into creating what I really love and moving towards what I really love and feeling good about myself? It's like a shift up. And then that's when the big game starts playing into humanity's consciousness, seeping through us. That's going to be breaking us into creating the life that we truly, truly desire. Remember, this is one lifetime too. So for this to be happening right here, right now, it's like this whole life was a tornado. And then we went through one side and we've found the center of who we are, and we've gone through the other side, and now we're like, oh my God, we're at the end of the tornado. We don't need to do it anymore. We are moving out of the tornado. We're not doing the tornado anymore. We are moving towards a whole other game. We don't know what it looks like, because each and every one of us carries a seed from specific lifetimes ago. And when we connect back to our soul, all those lives can be felt again, and then our imagination can soar into something completely beautiful, like something totally different that actually made us happy. That means that our soul wants to reside in our bodies more. That means we don't get sick anymore because we want to be here, because we are happy and we don't feel like we're limited. Yeah, there's this big shift happening. Okay, oracles. Let's get into these. Any messages for the collective watching this? Also, I am thinking of doing maybe another channeling or tarot, but I think I might do channeling because I really love my channeling. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I do that, though, something else pops up and then gives me another message, and then I put another message up on my YouTube. So it's like I want to expand, but then something happens in my day-to-day, and then I don't know. Anyway, it is a desire of mine for this to be my full-time. So I'm moving towards it slowly. Okay, let's go. Focus. Messages for the collective, please. I'm feeling that one's going to come out. Okay, the Holy Child. Starseed, I am a divine child of the universe. Just the pearl color. The pearl color that she's sitting on. Pearls are made with oysters. They start off with an irritation in the oyster, and the irritation, or the little bit of sand that's annoying them, ends up getting covered by this beautiful, beautiful pearl. And then we come into that fruition, but we have to sometimes go back to the child innocence of ourselves to find the pearl within us, to bring it out, to go, I remember how I felt when I first came here. I was so excited about going out to the cities and seeing all the lights, or playing in the playgrounds and all of that sort of stuff. That excitement is going to come through more and more as our soul starts to come through, because as children, as little children, we had more understanding of what our soul really desired to do while it was here. When it came here, it was only through the programming that it got pushed aside, so that we felt like we had to fit into a society by feeling guilty that we weren't good enough, because we felt like only one person could be the leader, or one person could win the race, or one person could win the exam, or whatever it is. And so we felt this push to never feel really quite good enough. Even if we did win that one, we'd lose the next one. But it wasn't anything to do with winning and losing compared to other people. It was to do with winning and losing compared to you. And the only way that you can really win is to be happy on this planet. If you're happy, you've already won. If you're playing a game of chess and you're happy, you've already won. The end result of the actual game really has no bearing on how you feel about yourself. It's to do with how you feel about yourself throughout the game. So we've got to learn to love ourselves through the game and be that innocent child again. Okay, one of these oracle cards. And we have cleansing, attunement, the shamanic healer. And I swear this came through. I think it came through in the last reading as well. This is how we heal ourselves. We become the healer within ourselves. Interesting that it's still showing up. So we are learning to heal thyself. We're no longer needing somebody else to tell us how to feel anymore. Oh, I'll go to that healer and then they'll make me feel better. And then you feel better, and then you go home, and then something happens and you feel crap again. It's because you never took it yourself. You never learned how to make yourself feel better. So whenever something bad comes up, you can go, okay, I don't need to feel this way. I can let this one go. This is fine. I'm okay with this because I'm not going to give it the attention, the negative attention that I did in the past. I'm going to keep on stepping towards what I really love. And even if that person sees me doing whatever I want to do, then so be it. I'm going to they keep on bringing up a story that happened in the weekend for me. And I don't like to share my own personal stories. I will kind of skim over it. But it was a story of my partner wanted to do something that he really loved. And I felt I wanted to be with him, but I did not like the thing that he wanted to do. And then I got a little frustrated with myself, like, well, what about me? Blah, blah, blah. The usual story that we tell ourselves. So I'm driving home from dropping off my daughter, and then I thought to myself, no, I'm not doing this game. I'm not going to go back to him and cry wolf and cry on his shoulder and say that I want blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, well, I want, and then we go, and that doesn't happen very often with us, honestly, but actually not at all really. But in any case, this icky feeling was a seed planted that I felt from the past, and it was coming up again for me. So what did I do? I decided I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to put my music on. I'm going to have the drink that I like, and I'm going to enjoy myself. And then I realized on my phone there's all these lyrics for the songs and Spotify. So I started singing my heart out in my bath, and I felt so good. It was such a good night. Then he come up to me after he'd done what he did and said, do you want to play a game of chess? And we played a game of chess, and I won. And see, there's the ego again. But I actually had one because I even said to him, I'm happy playing this. So I already had one. And so the whole night ended up being an absolutely beautiful night. But it could have gone really bad, right? It could have gone the feel sorry for me path. And this is what I mean by literally feeding what I'm saying into your life to life, your daily life, every moment, looking at yourself, what's going to make me happy. This person isn't responsible for my happiness. Yes, your partner wants you to be happy, and they will do what they can to make you happy, but they are not responsible for your happiness. You are the only person responsible for it. And when you're happy, they become happy, and everything starts to entangle in this beautiful story again. So it was worth sharing, I suppose. But I do not like sharing personal stories. And this I really, really feel a call to, or my team pushes me to. Hey, everybody. Hey, Leona. Leone, Lady Isabella. Good to see you guys. Debbie. Okay, what else have we got here with the oracles? Everything wants to fall out. That's the problem when you got cards that are really big. It's so hard to shuffle. I've got to remember to buy cards that are a lot smaller. I always think, oh, they're so pretty, they're so big, they'll look good on the camera, but shuffling, oh my gosh. Here we go. And what did I say before? Honesty within oneself. So the truth card comes out. Tell the truth. Integrity is the key to living an authentic life. And this isn't just tell the truth outside yourself anymore. This is telling yourself the truth. How are you feeling? Looking at yourself. Pick the crap out of yourself. Like if you have an issue that keeps replaying over and over, go into your mind and go, where is this coming from? Ask the universe for a sign if you can't figure it out. Ask for the truth to be shown to you. Empty your cup. I don't know all the answers. Find some other solution through the truth, through looking through the magnifying glass of the truth is what they're showing me. Because honesty is going to bring you your authenticity, your true self, and then you will be able to have all the reins to your story. And now I know why they put a horse on, because we are literally picking up the reins to galloping through our own story. We're no longer giving the rein to somebody else, and we are coming at it through integrity and truth of ourselves. because every time you say that somebody else is responsible for your unhappiness, you have given them the power, you have given them a rein, and then they can direct that rein where they want, because you're going to follow it, because you don't feel like you have any happiness within yourself to direct you onto a path where you want to go. So this is all about saying, no, I am directing my story, and that will start to get better. There's what are they trying to say? Like a stronger feeling within you. And when that stronger feeling comes up within you, you can tackle bigger and bigger and bigger issues, even worldwide issues, because you are now standing in your power, and there is always, always, always a way out. There is never, ever, it's only our thoughts on ourselves that we put these limitations on how life has to go, because somebody way powerful over there is telling me that I have to do this. There is always a way out. We might have to step out, go to a different location, do something different to make that into our storyline, where we don't have to do whatever somebody else tells us to do. But there is always a way out. Or lift your vibration high enough that you aren't even noticed in that world anymore. That can actually happen too. They can't monopolize, the powers to be, or anyone in control cannot monopolize everybody's life, because everybody has their own seed or core essence that can take them away from that and bring them into a different story to create something completely different where they're not even existing in their life. No one is more powerful than anyone else, let's put it that way. But the truth needs to be accepted within oneself first, because if you don't see the truth within yourself, you are still giving away your reign to somebody else to control your life, because you are pretending to be something that you are not. And they can see that, they can feel it, they can use it against you. But if you can see it within yourself with that magnifying glass, then you can fix it. But you can't fix something that you're pretending is somebody else that's doing it to you. Yeah. Anyways, so there's something there for somebody. I'm going to pack these up, and we will get into one more. I forgot the shamanic animal card last week too. So, man, last week feels like so long ago. I don't know if you guys feel into that as well, but I literally feel like in 1 week so much happens that it feels like it's ages ago. I feel like sometimes I'm like, I'm doing the tarot reading again. Gee, it feels like ages since I did that. Anyways, don't forget I do one-on-one readings as well. I can use tarot or channeling. Usually the channeling takes over, to tell you the honest truth, when I start to feel into your soul and all your juicy gifts and where you're going and what blocks need to be shed. In any case, links are down below. My website's Codes to a New Reality if you want to go have a look at that. I have many, 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 many videos on my YouTube, and I'm also looking at, and probably going to, actually I will, start a new platform. So yeah, I'm going to open up a new platform. I'll let you guys know where it is. And I'm going to start doing my whole life completely again, but really beautiful videos with it, because there's so much juicy information, being that my life, I started off straight away with my soul connection and a lot of interaction through benevolent beings and stuff like that, and not so benevolent beings to help me awaken. And the gifts have been showing the future earth and going to oneness and meeting a true life elder who took my hand and told me what I'm all about and all that sort of stuff. But there's all these juicy little snippets in between of telepathy and all sorts of stuff that I have experienced. So I wanted to do my whole life in a really good video format, and then I'll put it on this new platform. So that's what I'm going to do next. We have Unicorn, Infinite Possibilities. You are sovereign. Look at that. That pearly color again, right? How beautiful is this, what we're stepping into? It's just such a soft, nice, beautiful feeling. You are the sovereign of the seen and the unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon your darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become legendary. We are literally moving into these higher frequencies now, guys. It's really exciting where this is going. On one side, it feels like, really, are we? But we are, because we're starting to open our imagination to a lot more and asking our logic to ground it. Peacock came out with it. So this is the peacock. So funny. There's a being called the Lyrians, and they see us as the peacocks. They see when they told me when they see humans or draw humans or whatever, they always, or if it comes in a dream, we are representing a peacock because we have an all-seeing eye, and we're beautiful. It's really interesting. Yeah. Peacock, vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for your life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. So these cards are pretty much the same as each other. They're just asking us to move into more of our brilliance, more of our magic. Asking our logical brain, what can we do to bring in something that's different in this world? What can we change up? What do we have control of individually? What can we do? And how can we become more happier within our life? Just doing that, just becoming more happier in our life, even if it's like, I don't know, asking the universe to give you a reality where you're always on holiday or something like that, or where the work that you do you absolutely love, so you feel like you're on holiday. I don't know. There's something within you that might be a spark of your soul trying to seep through and bring through more good, juicy, fun things to ground in this world. And that's, how cool is that? Okay, so guys, I'll open up the board to a few chat bar readings for whoever is in the chat bar. I always do a few free ones for everyone. I love giving away things. I'm a bit of a free person. I was a people pleaser forever, so that's why I do so much work for free. In any case, let's do this. So we have Jennifer. We have 3 cards that fell out all at once. They are all in reverse. I'm going to take them as upright. The reason why I'm saying, no, they're telling me to keep them in reverse and keep them in this order. Interesting. See, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse for you. So you're definitely starting to stand up and no longer taking that, being the victim to your life anymore. Ten of Swords is the completion of being victim and saying, I get it now. Funny thing is too, when you start to do that, when you stop being the victim to your life, all of a sudden people that are victim in your life or being that victim personality, they will start irking you. You don't want to be around them anymore. It's interesting. Friends could fall away. People could fall away that were in a victimized state. Because it just irks you now, because you could see right through it and they aren't ready to step out of it themselves. Then you have the Temperance, but it is in reverse. So we're still wobbly a bit with this new feeling and trying to find a new balance within ourselves. And then you have the Four of Wands, which is in reverse. This is one of the cards, though, even in reverse, I see it as a happy going thing because it's learning to manifest our life. We have 1111 here, like the the 1111, 1111. That's my numerology number. I am 11, and I am an 1111. I'm in the years of 11 as well. So this card is, to me, feeling like you are learning how to be happy. You are learning what's going to make, and try different things. Like, just try different things. If you try something and you're not ready for it, or you feel like it's too much to ask or whatever, just do something smaller. But just keep moving towards that feeling good about yourself, no longer being victim. Also, that's showing me switching your mind up whenever you feel negative about something. See how quick you can switch it up. The faster you can switch it up, the quicker you'll see your outside reality fall into place to match that. And then you'll realize just how much power you actually have, because they're taking you somewhere that's kind of, it's a beautiful place, being part of something. Anyway, I can't go any further than that. Okay, rebirthful. That flew out for you. So you have the 5 of Wands. They're asking you to put down, this is almost like a training ground of being assertive. So you might feel like sometimes you might be a little too assertive and then not so assertive. And then, so it's a training ground of, I'm going to learn to stand up for myself and be strong within who I am. And when I walk away from that circumstance of being assertive, I'm not going to feel guilty about what I did. I'm not going to feel bad that I said that. I'm going to allow myself to be training in this assertiveness. And that's going to bring you a whole new reality, because when we can stand up and put our boundaries up and like show our boundaries to other people, then we are actually taking our power back to be free to move forward into whatever we desire, whatever we like. We're no longer people pleasing, and we're no longer shouting and screaming. Either way, it is a lack of self-worth. And so this is learning to be standing in your power more and more and more. Okay, who else have I got here that I can read for? And I'm inspired. I'm going all over the show here, so I'm wondering, I hope I haven't, don't double up with anybody here. That's why I like to go down the list, because I'm not thinking about I'm actually feeling into the energy, and names go real quick with me. I'm inspired, PG. So let's do that one. That just flew out anyway while I was saying your name. Yep. Okay. So I'm inspired. You have the Tower card. So it could be that something is shaking up in your world, really to be let go of. I'm going to see, sometimes the Tower card can come up just like a shaking up, but it's going towards something that you really want, or it can be a shake up where absolutely everything in your life falls away from you and you're left feeling, whoa, taking your breath taken back. So it's the end of something for you, the end of carrying all the burdens on your shoulders. And it's like, you do not need to carry everything on your shoulders anymore. They're asking you to literally jump out of that game, because when you are carrying everybody else's burdens, you're saying to them, I do not trust you. Yeah, and so they're asking you to then whenever you do that, when you be like, literally sit on your bed, see everybody in front of you. Everyone can do this. See everyone in front of you that you gave your power away to, that ended up taking your power. You felt you gave your power. You all gave your power away to them, by the way, but you feel like sometimes they took it from you. Exes, people that annoyed you, family people, all of those, put them in front of you and then see your power coming back to you. I take my power back. I didn't have to carry the burden of you doing that to me. I'm taking it all back. I'm taking it all back. And then you'll start to feel really good about who you are. Oh my God, I've got a lot more power than myself. I don't need to be carrying them in my head anymore, or carrying the issues anymore. And it frees you up to having the space in your mind to go do something different. It's really cool. Okay. Yeah, we need to start to trust. There's only one person, one story that you can change, and that's yours. So in these higher frequencies, everyone takes responsibility for their own divine self. We can obviously help each other and share our gifts with each other and all that sort of stuff, help with advice and all that sort of thing. But we're never to take on the responsibility of that person. That is up to them. And how do we usually do that in the past? We keep reliving it. We keep seeing them as that poor person that needs help. We keep doing that over in our heads over and over. They feel it off you, and they feel like they're never going to heal because they always need you. They always need you, that sort of thing. So there's something that's shifting up there with you and understanding as you're moving into these higher frequencies. You're very welcome. Okay. I just had a card fly out and I didn't even have a name. Leon. Be so interesting if that same card flew out again. Leon Curtis. Like different cards. So we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. It's almost like waiting to see what's going to happen next card. Let's pull one more out. For me, it's feeling like I see where I've been. I see where I could go, but ask yourself, do you really want to go there? Or is it just you're following the same line of path of thought that you had in the past that just kind of like fits in with society? Or are you really truly going into yourself and going, I know who I'm standing up for myself and I'm going to do a different path here. I'm not going to do what these guys are expecting of me anymore. Something coming out for you, like Nine of Chalice. It's a beautiful feeling. This is your childlike innocence. They do want you to go back to that. Feeling the heart within yourself when you were a kid and what you really aspire to do on this planet, in this body. What could you change? What can you not? Like feeling into what the next thing could be for you. Maybe take some time out just to feel what's going to make you happy in the moment, because what's going to make you happy in the moment could give you a clue as to that childhood feeling, and then you start to awaken it. Sometimes we just need to do nothing for a little bit just to find the next step. And that's really hard for us because we've been taught that action is the only thing that makes us look like we are worthy of anything. We have to keep on doing the physical action, right? We were literally brought up as slaves to society and doing that. So whenever we do nothing, we're like, everyone's going to think I'm lazy. But it's not. It actually clears a space for your connection to your soul more, and then you have an understanding of where that next path is going to go. Okay, who else have I got here? Jennifer. I can't remember who I've done already. That's terrible. Mona. If I haven't done you, Jennifer, just say yes, please, again. Mona Acosta. Mona Acosta. Okay, Mona, we have like a story happening. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go very quickly through these. I don't like to have too many but we have the Three of Swords. It was in reverse. So this is something of a past dagger come flying at you that was really hurtful, but you have learnt to let it go. And you're moving forward now as I know my own heart. I know who I am. I can move forward. The Knight of Cups is somebody that is strong in their conviction of who they are, followed with the Moon. And the funny thing is I thought this was the Sun card. So the Moon is overshadowing your something positive within you. There's something that's been overshadowed in you. It's something that you're not quite seeing. And it's something from somebody that dug some sort of, really drove a wound in your heart. And you're not quite seeing it yet. but you're still moving forward, which is brave of you, and the universe is seeing that, and that's good enough at the moment. But eventually, as you move forward, this will have to be addressed. Something will have to be addressed, but keep on moving forward, because it's going to, when this is addressed, this is going to bring you way more clarity of a clear mind and where you really want to go. There's something shifting within you that's, you're not quite seeing it just yet. Anyways, okay. Diane Johnson. We have Knight of Wands, one of the faster moving cards. Determination. Pushing forward. You've got this. That's literally what I hear for you. Determination, pushing forward, you've got this. Yep. It's pretty self-explanatory right there. Sure. Okay, who else have we got? Just seeing. Oh. Mona, thank you. Yes, I am feeling the shift. You're very welcome. Serenity girl. Serenity girl. Serenity girl. So we have the Six of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Jennifer. I'll read this card first. The Six of Pentacles for Serenity girl. Oh my God. So this is the same card that came out in the reading before, in the general reading, of giving and receiving, giving and receiving. If you find that there's an imbalance within you of that you're either giving too much or you're receiving too much, bring it back to the center core essence of who you are and go, it's okay for me to receive or to give the other way. I don't need to hoard and I don't need to people please, because both are coming from, on the outside of that figure of 8, both are coming from further point. It's interesting. They're showing me like the figure of 8, showing me like where the cross is where source, God, energy, love of self is. And they're showing me people pleasing on one side. And then on the other side is hoarding. And so either hoarding or people pleasing is just as bad as each other, because they're the furthest point away from the source energy or love of self. So we need to have these an equal give and take of self to actually move forward with power into these higher frequencies. So yes, Jennifer, wow, thank you so much. $10. That's so sweet of you to do that. Really didn't expect that at all. Okay, I'm going to have to leave in a minute to go take my daughter to school. David, I saw that you had a big message there. I actually haven't read it. Just because I'm trying to keep in this the same momentum going. That's why I just say, just ask, yes, please. Nothing against the question at all, just the way I do things. But definitely if you want a one-on-one reading, any questions, ask me any questions. David, let's pull a card for you. So you have the Ace of Chalice. So there's something that is coming through heart-wise for you. A new beginning, and the way that they want you to think differently about this new beginning. Oh my gosh. And you have some sort of legal issues coming up, but they want you to come from the heart with this game and try something different. Instead of logifying and compartmentalizing what's happening, they want you to come from the heart. It's going to gift you something, because this is literally God gifting you something here. And it's going to start a whole new beginning for you and understanding. But the Hierophant is the legal issue. Like Hierophant is actually signing on a dotted line. It's the logic logical religious side of things where, or it doesn't have to be religious, it can be anything. Like they usually bring it up as in you're signing the dotted line on a legal matter or marriage or something like that. So just be aware that we're not logifying everything, that we're actually allowing our heart to come in to shift the story more, because that's where the new energy is going. That's what's going to gift you more, because you're starting to feel better about yourself instead of compartmentalizing and organizing and everything, and then it doesn't actually work for you as well as what you thought it would, because that was the past energy that was dictated to by somebody else telling you what's good and what's not within yourself, and now you're taking your own power back. So yeah, all of that. Okay, guys, thank you so much to everybody for your support. Please don't forget to support also by liking and subscribing and sharing and all of that sort of stuff. I will be here for the rest of my life. I am never going away, because this is my authentic self and I love who I am doing all of this work. And I will be doing a channeling on Thursday. So just the messages are still pouring through me heaps, but I like to integrate them at the moment as well. And if you haven't seen my latest videos, there's some really juicy ones, one called The Color Code. I was actually on Jeff Marner's show saying that one as well. So yeah, and until next time, see you guys. Bye.